People get really
We're live.
okay. Hey guys, welcome to the show. It is Views from the Vault, episode 14. We will be starting the stream in a couple minutes. If you guys are in the waiting room, please say hi.
What's up, Andrew? John? What's up, John? Hope you guys are ready for some Combo Wombos.
Yeah, the mighty fan experience.
Yes, TJ, we got Mighty Mouse on the show.
Is there a reason why I can't find it? It's under live, right?
Yes, live.
Hmm.
Did you post the link, Leon, or no?
I just posted it.
Yeah, if you go on the Facebook, you can just click from there, Hazur, and then it'll bring you.
Perfect.
Oh, Google Lou is on. Good evening, Mr. McNutt. What's up, Willie? Let's give it a few minutes to get everybody in here.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah. We're send the Uber Eats now. The Neil's house. I'm gonna order him a cheesesteak.
You guys keep trying. I'll give you that.
no, it's a persistent bunch, right? All right, cool. I think we get started.
Pancakes in the house.
Oh, pancakes here too. That's because there's no Phillies game.
Welcome, guys. This is episode 14, Views from the Vault. It's your homie Leon here. I'm here with my co-host Pierre and guest moderator Hazur. We have a really special episode today planned for you guys. We got Mighty Fan in the house, also known as Philadelphia's favorite vegetarian, Neil Beck. He's going to be doing a collector spotlight with us and kind of educate us on something that we don't really talk about too often. Jersey hat combos, jerseys. He's a big time collector of jerseys, and we're going to learn a little bit about that today. So hope you guys enjoy.
Leon, a couple of things. First, he's the only vegetarian in Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, by default, he's the best.
So, and then number two is it's not Jersey hat combos, it's Combo Wombos.
Combo Wombos. Okay.
We want to make sure we get all that out of the way because we want to make sure we allow our guests to feel at home.
You are part of the mighty fan experience now. So
So I didn't realize you were going to wear bird shit in jersey form today.
But now, Pierre, I will say this though. This is the Fletcher Cox Mighty Fan game worn Super Bowl 52 jersey, because I wore this jersey in Super Bowl 52 hat Combo Wombo watching my Birds beat a team that you know a little about in Super Bowl 52.
Yeah, yeah, like I said, I didn't realize you were going to wear bird shit in jersey form today. But aside from that, listen, I don't know. I'm pretty excited about today. I've actually been looking forward to this all day, believe it or not, Neil. And I can only imagine, you chewing some celery sticks in the apartment in the house, right? Just looking for the best combo wombos to wow the crowd with. So
That's right.
Do I have most of that right? Celery sticks, perhaps, maybe a little ranch. Like what
cheese
was
hoagie?
Huh?
Not a cheese steak, but a cheese hoagie was consumed.
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds delightful. So
from Wawa.
Wawa, that's amazing. That's like a Philly staple as well, right?
Yeah.
Wawa. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much northeast corridor and down south, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Well, let's talk about something other than convenience stores and the life of a vegetarian. So, listen, I think what we'd all like to know about is why did you grow up in Philly? Like, is that why you're a Philly fan? Is that where you grew up?
My whole life. Yep. Suburb outside of Philadelphia. Yep. Just outside, about 25 minutes.
Yeah. Well, listen, I kind of guessed that part, but why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Neil? Because a lot of folks, I've gotten to know you, Leon's gotten to know you, I know Hazur's gotten to know you too on Views After Dark. It's been like our special bonding time where we've learned more about Neil Beck. But I think I want you just to give us that elevator speech. Who are you? What are you about?
Well, obviously, I'm a person who's very passionate about sports. Obviously, the Philly teams will always come first, but I am a collector. I've collected sports paraphernalia, whether it's obviously the big thing for me is the jersey and hats, to go with the jerseys, the combo wombos there. I have collected those for as long as I can remember. I mean, I remember growing up and back in, I'm dating myself now, back in the middle school days when people would wear the starter and champion and logo athletic and all those, the sports specialties, various different, companies, paraphernalia. And I would do that too. I mean, starter was big back then. I wore a lot of starter. I had the starter jacket. I had the hats, the jerseys, everything.
And Neil, what'd you put in the big pocket of those starter jackets? You know what I'm talking about, right? What'd you store in there besides celery sticks and other vegetables? What else was in there?
Usually tissues, because my nose, it was in, because when you wear them, it was like the winter time and the nose, you had to have the tissues. And so I and every now and then, you would have some candy in there. You would have some, whatever gum or whatever, stuff the go-to type of stuff.
Yeah. And the tissue would serve you well too, because of how often the Philly teams lost.
That's true. I learned at a young age. In fact, Leon would appreciate this. My first real memory of a Philadelphia event in the playoffs was the '93 World Series, where, of course, Joe Carter walked them off in Game 6 in Toronto against the Phillies. But you learn. But you know what? That the great thing about being a sports fan is when you have those lowest of lows, you do eventually get to the highest of highs, and it makes that even more sweeter because you had to deal with the losses. And there's quite a lot of losses around here with our teams, but they'll drive us nuts. But yeah, I've always loved sports. I used to play, believe it or not. I know it's kind of hard to believe now, but I used to play basketball and, back in middle school through high school and beyond at the playgrounds and whatnot. And, so I've always had a love for sports, and I've always, kind of surrounded myself with sports. Like I said, with the attires, posters on the walls, pennants on the walls. It kind of continues today, but all just basically encompassing it, watching it on TV. I mean, the NBA on NBC back in the day. The Bulls was big for me.
Yeah, me too, man. Marv Albert was the voice that was synonymous with my childhood watching basketball.
Yeah,
Marv Albert, and usually he was calling because back then it was really like Jordan was the thing, So
I know a little about them.
Bulls games every weekend, with Marv Albert calling them was like my childhood.
Back when there was actually rivalries in the NBA. That was nice.
Yeah. That's true. So Neil, you're a super passionate sports fan. That's clear. Now, who are your favorite athletes growing up? I don't want to talk about now, like your favorite ones growing up, like the ones that really kind of impacted you in your younger days.
Sure. Well, my first favorite athlete was Michael Jordan. And I just grew up with those Bulls teams and, loved them. I saw them live here in Philly. My dad would secure tickets to go to a Sixers Bulls game at the old Spectrum. And then later at what they play in now, the Wells Fargo Center. Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Ken Griffey Jr. Those were like some of my first real memories. And of course the Philly teams, the Eagles, Reggie White. My first favorite Eagle is actually Fred Barnett, who was a wide receiver back in those days, Arkansas Fred. And I think one of the reasons is because my middle name's Barnett, so I kind of latched onto him.
as long as you didn't say Fred X.
No.
Remember that clown?
I met him, actually. I met Fred X once before.
That clown kept running his mouth.
I wish he didn't. You never want to give the Patriots any extra incentive before playing them in the Super Bowl. But, Freddie, he was loose with the lips and
yeah, it's impressive to watch a guy who received for 200 yards in a season talk that much shit.
You know what though? He believed in himself and some him. So
I wonder if he believed in it after the game.
Well, 4th and 26. We'll always have that.
True. So Neil, what got you in the hats? I understand there's a natural connection to sports and hats, but I think you might have taken a little bit of a different route, right? So tell us about what got you in the hats.
Sure. I mean, I've always loved wearing hats. I mean, even I can just remember, as far as I can remember, I always wore a hat of some sort. And back then, obviously, as I mentioned before, the big thing to do was to wear the replica stuff. And at a young age, I just always kind of was ingrained to me that if I'm going to wear the jersey, I got to have the hat. I got to have the hat that goes with the jersey. It has to match. And it just was always kind of my deal. I even have, I wish I could have found it. I would have shown it to you guys in this show. There was a yearbook picture from middle school of me and one of the pictures in it, because it was a collage of pictures in one of the pages. And it was me coming out of a building. And I'm there, I mean, totally 90s. I'm in there with my champion Scottie Pippen Bulls jersey, my starter Bulls hat, and my starter Bulls jacket on. If that doesn't scream 90s, I don't know what does. But I always just wanted to match the hat with the jersey. And I know, people do things the way they do. I know the big thing is with the sneakers. I was never a big sneakerhead. For me, it was always just more important to do the hat jersey deal, because I always felt that was what was most visible. To see the sneakers, you'd have to look down. So it's like, well, if you're looking straight ahead, you're seeing me coming with this hat and jersey. And even back then, it's like, oh, where'd you get that jersey and hat? And you get the compliments, and it's just one of those things. And obviously, I know we're all about the fitteds, but back then it was snaps. But I remember when the fitteds got big, and I know back then you can get the on-field fitted for like $25. That's gone up a little bit since, but and then I started getting into the fitteds, and it's just been one after another. And then when I started really getting into collecting the jerseys as like a collection, as a hobby, the hats just kept coming, because I would always just have to have that hat to go with the jersey, and not only to go with the jerseys. If I just like the look of a hat, I'm gonna get it, because like I said, I'm a hat wearer. And that was always something that was just important to me. It's just one of those deals.
Yeah. So listen, let's do a little. I want to ask Hazur and Leon a question, if that's okay. Your most hated Philly athlete, and then your most beloved Philly athlete.
I'll go first. T.O.
You did not like T.O.
I did not like T.O. when he was with the Eagles. I liked him when he was with the Niners. Okay. It's one of those, personality.
Yeah, he's
divisive. He had a great season, but then it all kind of went downhill.
How about your most liked?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, most liked Philly. Allen Iverson. I mean, one of the best basketball players ever. I mean, he has iconic moments throughout NBA, throughout his NBA career. So,
Hazur, thank you. Leon.
Most hated?
Yeah.
Probably Ben Simmons. I think he's soft.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Most beloved.
Most beloved. Roy Halladay.
Roy. Oh, yeah. Of course you'd say that.
of course.
God damn. So Neil, how about you? Who's the one you like the least?
Oh boy.
A prominent athlete, a prominent Philadelphia athlete that you just can never get behind.
Oh
Are
boy.
you afraid to answer this? Are you afraid your Philadelphia brethren are gonna come over and kick your ass or something?
No. You know what? Most hated. Probably have to say, it wasn't his fault that he got drafted instead of Paul Pierce, but just drafting Larry Hughes over Paul Pierce just never made sense to me. And it's like we could have had Pierce, we could have had Dirk Nowitzki, but Larry Hughes, that was the pick. Yeah. And you want to know most beloved too, correct?
Yeah.
That's another tough one. There's quite a few there at the top of my list, but I'm going to go Allen Iverson. Iverson was my first favorite Sixer. The Sixers traded Charles Barkley. Barkley was probably like my first favorite Sixer, but I only saw him as a Sixer very briefly till he went to Phoenix. So Allen Iverson, I followed since he was a rookie all throughout his career, and through the highs and lows, I always stuck behind him. And I've the picture in back. He's my guy. Great, man. And I defended him, to no end, and he was just one of those spark plugs. He was one of those. If there was one athlete that you could say this guy belongs in Philly as an athlete, it was Allen Iverson, because what he brought on that court, he never left. He left it all on the court. He brought it every game, and that's the type of player that Philly fans embrace.
Oh yeah, I loved him back even when he was at Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's something about his physical stature too,
right?
That impressed me, because he was so little, but he could take it. Listen, man, he get the shit kicked out of him. This was a different NBA back then.
Oh yeah.
And it was kind of that transitional period from when it was super brutal till it became a little more hands off. And this guy, man, he'd go up to the rack and he'd get knocked on his ass every single play.
And he would get right back up.
And he's one of
I was actually at the
crossover MJ, right?
I was there. I was at that game.
Oh, you were at that game?
Over Jordan. Yep.
Wow. Yep. What jersey were you wearing that day?
Bulls.
Oh my God. Pancake.
I was a Bulls guy. I love my Sixers, but look, the Bulls were probably one of my first favorite teams. Like that team.
Weird. Neil, it's weird, guys, because I'm about your age, right? Guys our age, no matter what our team affiliation was, it's different now. Like now, if you're not a LeBron fan, like if you're a Celtics fan, there's no way you're rooting for LeBron.
Right.
Yeah.
But that guy
Allen Iverson changed it for me, because AI was the first Sixer that I really started getting, but he kind of changed it. Once AI came here, it was a completely different ball of wax. Then it was I like this guy. He's got chop. I want to see this guy. What else he's going to do? And it was and I still was with the Bulls, but the Sixers too, because we really didn't have that guy for so long here. After Barkley left, there was just a lot of that, with the Sixers. I mean, you can't really get behind Sean Bradley. So, but AI was that first lightning rod that you could get behind, that you could almost be proud to be a Sixers fan with this guy.
Yeah. So do me a favor, Neil, since we've got Leon here, and Leon, I want to get him in the action a little bit. I want to mix it up a little bit with him. I want you to tell Leon the Toronto athlete you hate the most.
Hold on, before you do that, I think you need to apologize to the Philly faithful. They're starting to turn on you for wearing a Chicago.
Man, they're getting
wearing a Chicago jersey at a Philly game.
Hey, believe me, Leon, I wasn't the only one wearing Bulls.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, Well, you're the only one that has like 6 or 7 Philly fans driving to your house as we speak to teach you a little bit about Philly respect.
Hey,
Might force feed
I
you,
apologize for nothing. I was young. I didn't know any better. You know, I was very, you know, you had like, you were very, you just fell on something. And that's impressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand what the fuck you just said, but okay.
I was, you know, you're very impressionable. That's what I was trying to get at.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right, cool. So listen, let me ask one other question because this was on my mind. So you didn't really commit to Leon and I right away to do the show. Like, were you looking at the sports schedule first before you decided? Are you truly one of those fans? Like, if there's a Red Sox game on Wednesday night, right, and I have the show, I'm still going to do the show. But I'm wondering, are you the kind of guy that will not miss the sporting event?
I try to catch as much as I can, but I understand that there's just so much on every now and then. You do have to kind of, you know, miss a game. If it's the playoffs, I'm all in. Don't mess with me then. But if it's like regular season, I know this year it's a short 60 game season, whereas regular it's just such a long, you know, run out seasons for how many months. So it's a little different with that. Although I am a partial season ticket holder to the Phillies, so if I'm going to the game, I'm going to the game. But I mean, just to come on with you guys, absolutely. I wanted to do it when the opportunity presented itself. I was down, you know, absolutely.
You never.
But I did want to answer that question.
Yeah.
For most hated Toronto player, Ty Domi.
Who?
Ty Domi. Hockey player.
Yeah, hockey. So Roberto Alomar was brought up as the most hated Toronto athlete on the comments. And also, I had a question for you, Neil, real quick. Is there a hierarchy on your sports? I mean, I know Pierre just asked you you're a sports guy.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great question.
That is a good question. Football is number one. The Eagles were the first Philly team that I really remember just starting to follow. And I would say number two behind them, you know, I'm probably going to have to go Sixers because basketball, because that's the only of everything I collect. That's the only sport I actually played. So basketball would probably be two. And you know, I'll probably go baseball and then hockey. And I love hockey. And believe me, going to a hockey game in person, it's one of the best sports to see live. It really is. 100%. But baseball is something I liked at a young age too. Hockey kind of came in at the end. So that's why I still got to put baseball over hockey.
So Neil,
go ahead, Leon.
So we know you love the Combo Wombos, and when you can't fulfill the second half of the Combo Wombo, we know it eats at you, like the Baltimore All-Star game had, and the Chicago All-Star game had. And I don't mean to bring that up to kind of open up old wounds, but
I should have worn that.
But I guess my question is when you're starting a new pairing, I guess, that you don't have either hat or jersey, which one do you lean to buy first, the hat or the jersey?
Yeah, that's a good question, Leon. You know, it really depends on the jersey, and I say that because, as we know, in the hat game, there are some hats that are just really hard to get, and if you have a chance at the hat, you better grab it, right? So it's the same thing in the jersey game. There's just some jerseys that are just rare, very difficult to get. But if it's something that I know I want to get and I have the ambition of trying to get it in the collection, if I see the hat that's going to go with it, I grab that hat. Because even though I say that, sometimes, you know, after getting the jersey, it does become kind of tasking to get the hat. There's just certain colorways that are hard, you know, harder than others to put together. So, but if I know it's a jersey, and there's quite a few out there that I do want to get. So if I know there's a jersey out there I want to get, and I see a line of hats that are made, and this hat's going to go with this, that hat's going to go, I'll grab the hat. And sometimes I should have grabbed the hat when I had a chance, but you know, it doesn't always work that way.
So Neil, listen, you're in a bunch of communities, right? You're in a bunch of different groups, right? Like jersey groups and whatever. So I got a couple of questions here. So number one, how do you find the time, right? How do you find the time? And number two, what do you think are some of the key differences or likenesses between hat communities and jersey communities?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you find the time. It's a juggling act. It's a balancing act. Now, for me, And I know some of you have kids or married or the girlfriend or whatever. And that, that takes a large part of your lives too. So you guys understand it's a juggling act. It's for me. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. I don't even have pets. So for me, it's, I got to do what I got to do for work. But after I'm done with work, okay, now it's time. I can put these maybe few hours aside and I can, go searching around different sites, and I can get involved in the communities, and I can talk to my buddies and just kind of live that mighty fan life, and then do social media, make a video for YouTube, get on Instagram, whatever, all that stuff that kind of comes with it. And I try to put aside time for other stuff too. I love watching movies, eat whatever, doing other things, because, we all have passion for this. But it's almost like if there is such a thing as too much passion, you do want to try to balance it out so that you're living your life in other ways too. But that's basically it. It's just it's finding that balance. And I've been doing this for so long. I've always been a collector of something. When I was younger, it was sports cards. It was Matchbox cars. And then it became Mighty Mouse for 10 years. It was jerseys, it's hats. So it's just in my DNA to be a collector, to have a passion for something. And then I certainly surround myself with it. So I guess it's just, I've just been used to it. And it's just, case in point today, I found out on social media, the Mitchell & Ness had a deal for $100, jerseys they were just looking to liquidate. So I ran over to the store after work, and I picked up a couple jerseys and came back and got ready for the show. But it's just putting it together. And as far as how the groups are similar, passion. That's how it is. We all know when you're collecting something, when you're surrounding, look, to surround yourself with something, whatever that something is, you got to have passion for it, and you got to have pride in it, and you got to have the personality with it. And the one thing I know I haven't been in the group on Facebook, the New Era Fitted group on Facebook, as long as I've been in with the Jersey Head groups, but in a very little time, I've seen, great similarities. And the biggest similarity to me, if I can speak right tonight, is the fact that in these groups, you have just a bunch of guys and gals out there that are just out, willing with open arms to help people. If they're looking for something, there's this drop coming, I wasn't able to get it. I really wanted this, and people will go out of their way to help other people. I have a good friend who lives in Maryland. Hello to my buddy Big Slim. And he has, gifted me jerseys that he knew that I really wanted and I had trouble getting. And he, out of the kindness of his heart, he gifted them to me. He picked them up and he gifted them to me. And what I'm seeing in this group is the same thing. You're seeing every day people posting, thanking so-and-so for a hat. I have a hat coming from a guy who picked up a White Sox hat for me in the store. I forget the name of the store in Chicago. And it's coming in the mail, and it's only available in that store. And it goes, of course, it goes with it. White Sox jersey I have, and it's like the only place to find it. So that's the type of thing. And, it really is. It's just a bunch of people who have a passion for something, who are coming together as a group and just bring that passion together. And as we know, it's like in a family, there's going to be arguments, there's going to be drama, but there's never any
of those.
But at the end of the day, it's just a love and a passion for something. And whether it's jerseys or hats or sneakers or whatever it is that these groups are, that you are, the collector of, it's the passion, it's the pride, and that's what comes out in these groups, and personality for sure. I call it the 3 Ps, and that's what comes out.
Yeah. So Neil, listen. So before we get into the point where we're about to go into Combo Wombo territory, but I thought of a quick scenario that I want to run by you, and you're gonna tell us how you'd handle this. Okay.
All right.
You accidentally stained your jersey. You got something on your jersey. I don't know what you're eating. Maybe, I can't say wings or anything. So I guess you got some ranch sauce on your jersey.
Pizza. Yeah,
a bird shit on your hat, and you got some ketchup on your New Balances. What are you cleaning first? Bird shit on your hat, ranch dressing on your jersey, or ketchup on your stay away from parks and schools New Balances. What are you cleaning first? Listen, I think we're all sitting on the edge of our seat, waiting to hear how you answer.
The anxiety that he has for the situation. He
This
really
is
doesn't.
not easy.
It's a scary
question to
situation.
answer.
Huh?
This isn't an easy question to answer.
No, it's
No,
not.
it isn't. No, that's a good question, Pierre. Yeah, God, I gotta say Jersey. I gotta get the sucker washed. It just would bug me in the hat for sure. And then probably the sneakers would be the last.
All right, so I got it. So you're gonna clean the jersey first, then move to the hat, and just say fuck the New Balances.
Well, they came from Ross, so I can always get another pair.
Well, Neil, this has been a fantastic journey you've taken us on to get to know you better. We still have more in store for everybody. So I heard you have to take a trip to a different part of the compound.
Yes, I
to
do.
get the
The Mighty
jersey
Kingdom, I got to get to the hot second floor for the Combo Wombo deals. Yeah.
Now, as you're doing, I haven't seen the towel come out yet. You must have cranked up that AC today.
I do have the AC on, but I have another towel upstairs just in case. So I'm ready.
For those that aren't aware, Neil is a profuse sweater. Not like the piece of clothing, but
I
like
sweat in the shade. Yeah.
he sweats profusely. So we've had a couple of evenings where where we've been on Views After Dark, and Neil is literally dripping, which is
unfortunately it was how I kind of introduced myself to the group, because it was the first After Dark, and I didn't have the AC on, and we were on from 11 until close to 5 a.m. And I'm sitting down here, and I got the towel. At the time, the hat had to come off. The towel went on, and it was just tons of fun though. Tons of fun.
I got to be frank with you, man. That was an exciting evening. So let's get this started. So Hazur, you want to see if were there any questions or anything or any comments out there?
Definitely. Marin is asking, what was Neil's go-to move in basketball? What was your move?
Oh shit! I got a sky hook.
Shimmy and shake.
I actually, it was the crossover. It was that Iverson crossover. I tried to perfect that. I actually put that on a few people, believe it or not.
So you were playing a lot of games at the local senior center?
I'm not that slow just yet, Pierre, No, my problem wasn't the move. My problem is actually finishing with the shot.
Then you got it looks like one of your friends, Nostalgia Boy, is saying don't forget who gave you the drop on the MNL.
That's right. Thank you, Berto.
How come you didn't shout him out before he had to call you out in the comments?
It's just sometimes when you're just talking, you have all these things going in your mind. It's just sometimes but absolutely, Berto, thank you so much. I picked up some good stuff.
Sounds like a pretty shitty way to handle a friend.
Well, Berto got a jersey away from me recently, so he got it before I can get it. So even though it was a size 48, but still.
So was the AC not on that night because you had to save some money for jerseys? Is that what's going on?
Well, partly, and hats too, Pierre. Let's not forget. But no,
hats into the fold, right?
Honestly, I didn't think it was that hot because, I was down here. It wasn't like hot, but when I put the lights on, to go and with the with the Zoom, it just all of a sudden just started getting me.
Are you ready to head up there? Because as you head up to the other part of your compound, I do want you to know that Marin said that it sounds more like you were a defensive specialist. You know what that means? You know what that means, right, Neil?
Look, I had some offensive game back then. I was our company's Steph Curry. Okay, I was the one shooting the threes. All right, when we used to play with a group of guys in my company I worked for, there was a court nearby. We used to go there at lunch and after work and play. and I used to chuck them up.
Them too, or no?
Huh?
You have a jersey from that time, or no?
Yeah, I used to wear my champion replica Allen Iverson Sixers jersey.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a couple questions for you personally, Neil.
Sure.
Are you still playing basketball?
Not as much. On the PlayStation 4, I do, but not as.
Don't worry, Neil. None of us are.
No, listen, I went some month last October. I was actually in your neck of the woods there, Pierre. We have a buddy, the Snacks. Shout out to Snacks. Lives in Hartford, Connecticut.
Ooh, okay.
And my buddy Big Slow and I went out to meet him, and we went to the Naismith. We went to the Hall of Fame, and they have a court there. And it was the first time that I played in how many, maybe over a year or so. But it was a ton of fun. And I wasn't hitting a lot of shots, but my knees for like the next 2 weeks, they were reminding me like, what the hell were you doing?
Let me tell you something. The most underwhelming Hall of Fame on the face of the earth is the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield.
We just had a blast with that court, though. I mean, that made like the day. Like they were doing some renovations, and there really wasn't as much in there, but the court that they had, the full size court, and all those little like the peach basket and all those things you could shoot at and stuff, that made the whole thing for us. We spent more time on that court than we did at anything else.
Well, that's what happens when you shoot at peach baskets without warming up.
It's true. It's true, Leon. Yeah.
Without shaking.
Do you have another question, Hazur, before we?
The only question I had, and he brought it up already. He's a big AI Allen Iverson fan. And you mentioned that you wore Allen Iverson champion jerseys before, and I'm assuming you have Mitchell and S now.
Oh,
Do you have a preference on which one, home, the away, the alternate? Which was your top favorite out of those three?
The vesters.
And a follow-up question. I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, Leon or Pierre, they have a Allen Iverson hat. And if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, he does his own like a charity tournament hat things. It's kind of ugly though. It's just like a 3. It's not like his old logo. I think Reebok owns old logos, but he has his own kind of stuff here and there. Yeah.
I'd have to find it. I have it somewhere. When he won the MVP in 01, there was a hat that had MV3, and it was a pretty cool logo. And I got the hat. I'd have to find it. It's been years. But the answer to the question about the jerseys, I have all but one of the authentic Mitchell and Ness jerseys that they made for AI. The only one I don't have is the throwback one they just made, the 83 throwback that the Sixers wore for one game to honor the 83 team. I think it was like the 10 or maybe 20-year anniversary or whatever that was. The jersey I think that means the most to me is the rookie home jersey, because that was the jersey that he crossed MJ, and that's really when I, figured out, oh, now this guy's pretty good. I'm gonna keep an eye on him.
That's when you stopped being a traitor and actually became a fan of your home team.
Hey, I always loved my Sixers, but Jordan was my first favorite athlete. I can't lie about that. I can't.
I'm with you. All right, so are we ready to get this started?
I'll go get ready.
We still have to do the weekend review after your Combo Wombo.
Mm-hmm.
Leon spent about 7 hours today putting together a presentation for everybody on the weekend review.
Yeah, 67 slides or so.
This is an interesting angle, Neil.
Oh yeah.
This is our most professional moment on Views from the Vault.
I gotta say that we've never had a location change in all of our shows.
No. In a hat battle, I think we have.
Really? Someone changed locations?
Yeah.
I
But they went
upstairs.
off air though, didn't they?
No, they took us right in the room, man. They took us for a walk. I don't remember who it was. Neil, this is interesting.
I know. I would have stayed upstairs for the whole thing, but that may have been a problem. I would be a puddle right now.
You'd be a puddle. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
Oh shit! This is like.
All righty.
Got fat heads everywhere.
Where there's some folks that like my hat, your hat, Leon, but Chris K is saying he can't stand yours, Hazur, so he doesn't like your hat.
Nobody's perfect.
You're talking about Chris, right?
Of course.
We got a PBJ style ceiling fan.
Oh shit.
Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh.
That's a lot of racks.
Neil, how many combos do you have for us?
Well, you guys wanted me to give a top 10.
Yeah.
So I got a top 10. I do want to have a few honorable mentions after that, but I'll give you the top 10.
All right, let's do it.
Here we go.
Okay. Nope. No particular order, but here's one of them.
Neil, when this is done, I want you to take a picture of each one and post it in FHS for everybody.
You got it.
The combo.
Yes.
Sonics.
Rain Man. This
Yeah.
is I don't have a lot of the authentic champions. This is an authentic champion, home Sean Kemp. And anyone that knows me knows I love myself some pinwheel action. So here's the pinwheel, old school Sonics hat. Got the white on the front, goes pretty good with the jersey. There it is together. Boom. These are really nice heaters from back in the day. This is a vintage new era, but they made them just
Did
like
your
that.
size change? I find that those. Did your size change from back then? For
Slightly. So I was like a 7 1/4 or 7 1/8, and now I go 7 3/8 or 7 1/2.
yeah, I find the old vintage NBA hats fit terribly. They all fit terribly.
Yeah. Some of them can get a little tight, but
No.
Well, that wool shrinks over time too. So
Yeah.
I mean, you can't stop that wool from shrinking.
Yeah. They all. I feel like they're all like almost low pro hats, and they fit small. Like you end up buying them and you end up never wearing them because they're not comfortable.
You know what they match well with though? New
What's that?
Balance. A good pair of New Balances.
I forget the name of the gentleman in the group. Someone had asked before about a Virginia Squires hat, and I actually happen to have it for this combo. But here's the Mitchell & Ness. This is an old run Mitchell & Ness, Dr. J,
Nice.
Virginia Squires. And here's now these they called the double whammy. These are the double whammy pinwheel style.
The beach ball.
Oh man,
Yep.
that's a cool ass hat though.
That is.
Yeah, Virginia Squires. You got the hardwoods on the back. Put those together like that. Like I said, some of these are harder to get. Like the ABA hats sometimes can be a little tricky to get. This one I found on Hatland, but they can be a little tricky. So sometimes that's what I mean. Sometimes if I can get an ABA hat before the jersey, I'll grab the hat just because I know after I get the jersey, it might be a little tough to get the hat. So
You going in order right now, Neil? So is that
I'm not going in particular order, just how I have them hung up.
just your 10? This is just
Yeah.
your top 10. Got it. All right, cool.
I like how he has his Philadelphia Sixers Barkley jersey just showing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
face it.
that's an honorable mention. Jersey hat deal, but I like Dion growing up too.
Prime time.
This was gifted
the
to me by my
patches.
buddy Big
Show us
Slim.
the patches too. Show us the patches. What are the patches on that jersey?
And you know I love my patches.
Oh yeah.
There's a 25th anniversary for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
So this basically was this was one of the gifts by my buddy Big Slim, and this is like a sample, jersey before they actually made it, Mitchell & Ness.
Okay.
So now with Prime, I mean, I could just go with the regular, Falcons, kind of regular two-tone or solid color for the Dion, but it's Prime. If you're going to go with Prime, going with one of those will kind of be like a Eugene Robinson, You don't want to do that. It's Prime. Prime, Prime has the flair. So if you're going to go with Prime, you got to bring that flair. And, if I'm going to bring the flair, pinwheel. Here's the Atlanta Falcons. Same era, same logo. Boom. There they are together. That's Prime. You
That
ball,
was
you get the call. There you
that
go.
was pre the Reebok hat deal, right?
Yeah. Yeah. This was, because Reebok made these too, but this is a new era.
Now, Neil, do you wear a chain with that outfit? A gold
No, I
chain?
can't wear the chain.
Neil, are you too legit to quit?
No, but no, that was their deal, right? That was the Falcons deal back then with Hammer and them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was their rally fight song or whatever.
Yeah.
So here's one from our buddies at Hat Club. And the thing I do like about Hat Club is they kind of go outside the box with some of their hats. So they'll make the fitteds, like the on-field fitteds, but they'll do it with a little twist. So they made this one, Minnesota Twins,
Out.
two-tone. And when I saw this hat, I knew right away the jersey I had to have this hat for. So I grabbed the hat on the site.
Is it Kirby Puck?
There's a Kirby.
Yeah.
Boom, together. And I really wish the Twins wore this like back then with it. I just think it would go better with this particular jersey than the red hat would. Yeah. But I love that Kirby Puckett jersey.
I have that jersey too.
Yeah. It just pops. Just pops. Now, the original version of this did not have the name on the back because they didn't have the naming rights to the players. So this is the more newer run, China run jersey with the name on the back. And I love just that big name. I'm just a sucker for that type of thing. Like the Reds, the Pirates, all those teams that wore them back then.
Yeah.
So
Puckett was a great player, man.
Yes, he was.
I didn't hear he was a nice person though.
I
heard he was kind of a jerk.
I think that's a baseball player thing.
Now, as it is in the hat game, it is in the jersey game too. Customizations. A lot of times what jersey heads will do is get a blank jersey and have it customized into a player of choice. Because back in the day when they made the jerseys, they didn't have name and numbers on the back for the older, jerseys for baseball. That was more of a kind of the newer deal. So a lot of jerseys you can only get blank, and then you would have them sent someplace and do the customization to it. So here's a example. So this is the Florida Marlins inaugural season. Got the rabbit. There it is.
Yeah.
That patch. And then, of course, you got the old school Marlins patch. Yeah. The other sleeve. That's a Gary Sheffield. I love Road Gray baseball. People that know me know this. I love Road Gray. Road Gray is just one of my favorites for baseball.
They age well, gray jerseys.
Yeah. And everything just always pops on them, like the font, the letters, the colors, everything. So I got myself a vintage Florida Marlins. This is an old school one.
Yeah.
Leon's run into like 30 of those.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put those together.
Leon recently ran into about 30 vintage Marlins hats.
It's a great hat. I mean, the old Marlins hats this one and then the other one with the black bill, the two-tone, very nice. I have a vintage 97 World Series hat.
That was back when Gary was like a third baseman, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gary had a cannon too, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way that I always describe it, for jersey heads like me, is like back then we used to collect the cards, and now we collect cards that you can wear. So we're gonna go with the old school Arizona Diamondbacks, and I know Pierre, you're a fan of that logo right there.
That's my favorite side patch. Favorite.
Yep. It really pops. This jersey really pops. It's the purple. This was customized into a Kurt Schilling. We spent some time with the Phillies too. Yep. And then your Red Sox there, Pierre.
That's right. Bloody sock game.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I got this vintage Diamondbacks hat with the opening day patch on the side. So I figure that goes pretty good with the vintage Rawlings Diamondbacks jersey.
Great Wombo.
Right there. Combo Wombo.
Somebody's saying that Sheffield didn't wear that hat.
Yeah, I think for that jersey, they probably wore it with the black brim. And I do have that hat, but I just something about that teal. I don't always go exactly to how they would wear it. If I just like the hat and I think it goes well with it.
You're not dressing up to be an exhibit at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's Google Lou that's fact checking you, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, that is Google Lou.
That's Google Lou. So Google Lou is like Googling all this stuff as you're pulling it out instead of just enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
He's remembering all these from memory.
Listen, Google Lou.
He's like, I watched that game. Gary didn't wear that.
Yeah. Like, listen here, Google Lou. Put away your little capture the flag hat collection and just enjoy the moment with us.
It wouldn't be a Combo Wombo unless Neil approved it anyways.
That's true. All right. So one of the hats that I love is the Expos. And
Oh, I love
so again, this was a Hat Club exclusive. And again, this is like an example of how Hat Club will do something a little different. So here's their version of the Expos pinwheel from back in the day. Now, obviously, the original one will just have the white backing, but just that light blue on the front. That just, I love that. And I love it even more because
Pull out a Dennis Martinez jersey. Come on, Denny Martinez.
I'm still waiting on that Dennis Martinez.
Pedro. Get a Pedro.
I got a Pedro.
Vlad Senior. Come on, Larry Walker.
Listen, Pedro on Expos. A Pedro Expos jersey is the shit, man.
Yeah. How about Andre Dawson?
Andre Dawson. Yeah. A lot of Expos players ended up on the Red Sox too. Andre Dawson, Pedro. Quite a few.
Yeah, it's funny you mention Andre. Here's the Hawk.
There we go.
I just grabbed this from my buddy Snacks. So, boom, there they are together.
Hold on, everybody. Just so everyone's aware, they did not wear that pinwheel hat on field.
Now they wore it with the white front, but the color for the front of the hat matches the color of the jersey a little better. So I just like it like that.
That's a beautiful combo.
I know. I love it.
That's the All-Star game patch? Was that an All-Star game patch?
It was not. That was the Hat Club exclusive. If you want to see the All-Star game patch, though, I got it right here.
Oh, on your jersey. On your jersey.
On the jersey, yes. The jersey.
Yeah, you don't have to. You're not going to impress Leon and I by showing us a hat side patch. We've seen them all.
Oh right
yeah.
There.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah. And I got the Gary Carter. I got the home and away Gary Carter. Here's the hat, of course, that they made, back in the day for it.
Yeah. Pierre just said no to that hat. So if anyone wants that hat in 5/8 or a quarter, let me know. I think Brian picked it up, actually.
I already have it, though. I already have that.
Fair enough.
Like 4 different colors.
Brian grabbed it. It was on sale.
Yeah. I mean,
anyone wants a 5/8 though, let me know. $30 Canadian.
By the way, honorable mention for the Expos. You know who this is?
Andy Johnson, the big unit.
Big unit, rookie.
That's right, man.
There.
That's
it's
back
like rookie cards. Rookie
that's
jerseys.
back when he had no control.
Yeah,
That's when he had no control.
I know. Then he found himself with the Mariners.
Yeah, and Willie, that is a Roberto Clemente jersey behind me.
Crabbers.
Yeah.
See, Neil here, he's a Jersey legend, but he has no Ebbets Field flannels.
I do want to get some. I'm happy they actually got into football. That's yeah, some of those are going to happen at some point.
Size up on him, though, Neil.
Huh?
Size up on him.
Size up, yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah.
On the football ones. Oh.
Tampa Bay Devil Rays before they were the Rays. Wade Boggs. Has 3,000 hit as a Devil Ray.
He did. He was terrible when he was on the Devil Rays, though.
Yeah, but this is a hot jersey.
Yeah, that's nice.
You got the patch. So I'm just going to go with an element from this particular jersey. I'm going to go with the full Devil Ray. I'll put that together.
Yep.
Just like that. Yeah. Works pretty good. Sometimes I'll do that too. Sometimes I'll just get like a particular element from the jersey. Maybe it's just something on the patch, whatever, and just try to get the hat for that and match it up that way. Okay.
What number are we on? Like 7, 6?
7. This was 7.
He hasn't passed out yet, so I think we're around 7.
You're gonna show us 8, Neil. This is 8 coming up.
This is the 8.
I think when he goes off camera, he's wiping his forehead.
This is the 8. So with this, I have to go with 3 because it's the same.
I was going to ask you why the hell there's 3 hangers there.
It's the same design for the hat, and it's actually something I just picked up. Yeah. I got it for this specific reason. As much as I love the hat, I got it for this specific reason. I'm just going to hang these over here. Actually, maybe I'll put them over here.
Oh, John Bear's out there saying you're making him want to do a jersey show. But we're going to have a jersey showdown, right?
Fatal
that's what I hear.
Give me a fatal 4-way.
Oh, let's see this. All right.
With the Phillies.
Okay. We got the Phillies. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackies.
which was a very big, hit for them
I love those.
recently. Okay.
You got to
And
do the button swap on that one.
when I wanted these hats, it was for these specific.
Ooh. 50th year. Nice.
The 97, all teams wore it in 97 on the side of the jersey. So this is, again, you saw his Diamondbacks. Now here's his Phillies, Curt Schilling with the Rich Ashburn Memorial. There's Mr. Schilling before he was Mr. Bloody Shot right there.
Hey, Google Lou just wrote in the comments that those weren't the authentic buttons used on that jersey in that year.
Oh, well, like I said, that was a custom.
Do a button
Someone
swap on
got a
that
Phillies jersey and customed it into, made that, sent out the EPS and had that made into a Curt Schilling. So I got that from someone else. So,
I'll just fuck with you. You didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Got the Iron Man, Cal Ripken.
Yeah.
Okay. And again.
Shit.
So, of course, I had to get the O's. Thank you, Jackie, with the same patch. There. Put those together.
Did they wear that logo on their hat during that season?
No, they wore the standing bird.
That's what I thought.
They only made this for Thank You, Jackie. They made like the current logo, which still, I mean, it goes, but obviously,
it's all good.
I do have the old school fitted for that Orioles jersey, but I'm gonna go with the Thank You, Jackie.
How old were you in '97, Leon? 3?
12.
12.
Yeah. I don't think Trent designed these Thank You, Jackie hats thinking that there was going to be dudes pulling out the jerseys from
I know.
Fact checking the logos.
Neil pulled out every one.
So this actually has a dual purpose for me because I have the Mariners hat with that logo, but for this purpose, I'm going to show it with for the Thank You, Jackie, the Jackie Robinson salute, I should say. There's the Mariners.
Awesome.
Nice.
See, Leon and I have every one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But you have the jerseys, so you make us look like
the jersey. The only one I couldn't get that I wish I could have was the Dodgers because I have a couple Mike Piazzas with the Jackie patch on there.
Neil, what size? What size?
7 3/8 or 7.5.
We'll find that, man.
We'll find it for you.
We'll find it.
Would appreciate that. Yeah. All right, so that's number 8.
Leon's like a hat search ninja. He'll find it. Don't worry.
The Dodgers one was pretty common, though, right? The Dodgers one wasn't.
The Dodgers were the most common one. The tough one was Brooklyn, kind of, right?
Brooklyn, yeah.
So number 9. This
Before
makes my
people-
top 10 because I was able to get both of these at the Majestic, the clubhouse store at the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park, and it does kind of go for my first year being a partial season ticket holder, which was last season. So I got the Harper. I love this is my favorite. This is my favorite Phillies jersey. The old powder blue because that's my all-time favorite Phillies logo.
Yeah.
The Independence Hall logo. And it's got the MLB 150. Harper.
Couldn't have went Gene Segura. You had to go Harper.
I wanted to get a Real Muto, but they got to make sure they take care of him, man. You had to go with the most overrated.
Hey, he had a good year last year, Harper. He did okay. The rest of the team.
He had one great year.
At least get like Aaron Nola or something.
At least he predicted the champ too. Remember?
But I believe that this was a clubhouse store exclusive because I didn't see this hat anywhere else. It is a new era. But it pops. It goes with all the jerseys I have in this style. But for this intense purpose, I'm just going to put it
jersey piping almost.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good combo. What did hey, so Marin's asking, I know Hazur's trying to get this in. You want to ask Hazur?
Yeah, Neil, before we move on to number 10, Marin wanted to know how many Jackie Robinson salute jerseys do you have total?
Well, counting the ones I just showed, I have 5. The only other ones I have that weren't seen here were my Mike Piazzas. I have a batting practice, and I have the regular, game jersey that Mitchell and Ness made, and they're from the '97 season, so it has the patch. I'll grab the because it's right here. I have it right handy. And here's the batting practice.
Yeah, Pancake saying that was a store exclusive.
Right.
With it on there.
Badass.
So that's a BP. That's a batting practice. And I do have the regular home white Dodgers, and it has the patch on there. That's why I wanted the Dodgers. And the other one I would like to get is the Brooklyn Dodgers, just because I have a Jackie Robinson jersey, that cream jersey. I don't have a lot of the flannel jerseys because obvious I sweat enough as it is. The flannel would just, but I have a handful, and Jackie's one of them I had to get. So.
Oh, I got the flannel and the cream. I love those jerseys. Those are my two favorite jerseys.
Yeah. Yeah, they're I think all jersey heads, anyone who collects jerseys, there's just certain jerseys that it's like you have to have. And Jackie Robinson, I would say Roberto Clemente, just as many of the greats as you can get.
The tough thing with Clemente, though, most of them were sleeveless.
Yes.
Yes,
but I do have my favorite Clemente of all time. I have a 71 home white polyknit Pirates jersey. So yeah.
I got speaking of Jackie Robinson, I got to do a huge argument with some guy on Instagram where he was challenging me. Why Jackie Robinson? Why always Jackie Robinson? Why this? Why not this one? I just told the guy, I said, fuck off, man. It's like, what
was his problem?
What's your agenda? What's your agenda here?
Was he a Larry Doby fan or something?
No, he was talking about Pokey Reese and some other shit. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Pokey Reese.
Not Pokey Reese. The fuck was
Pee Wee Reese?
Pee Wee
Reese. I'm thinking Pokey Reese, the old Red Sox player, but
Pee Wee Reese.
So the Hoon has a question.
Oh.
Hoon wants to know which one's the best manufacturer of jerseys? Russell, Rawlings, Majestic. Are you a Mitchell and Ness fan all the way?
I mean, I Mitchell and Ness is the reason that I started collecting jerseys the way I do now. So I always got to lean Mitchell and Ness. But as far as like the baseball jerseys, like the authentics, I mean, Russell's awesome. I liked Majestic. I wasn't a huge fan of like the newer one, like the flex space and all, but what we call the diaper in the back.
Yeah, I don't like when they did that, when they made it.
And Nike still has that, but
the authentics, they were so long, so they can be meant to tuck in the pants. So
yeah, and the weird thing about those is for the pinstripe team, the teams that like the Phillies that have the pinstripes for the home jerseys, it cuts off just before it goes to that backing there, and it just looks weird. But
you know what I did? I took mine to a tailor and I cut it off.
It's a good idea.
No, I'm serious. I had two authentic jerseys. I took them to a tailor and had them cut that off.
Just like a straight round, like at the back.
Well, it looked like a jackass with a jersey down to the back of my knees. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to get into Leon's guy. So this rounds up the top 10. So this is a turn back the clock jersey the Phillies wore years ago when they did 80s night. And it does have the logo right there. Doc Halladay right there on the back, 34. Phillies were going to retire the number this year. I don't believe they are now. They'll probably wait till next year. And this was another Hat Club exclusive. And thank you, Hat Club, for making this years ago. The maroon Phillies hat, basically with the white button, with that Independence Hall logo on the front of it. That's, like I said, my favorite Phillies logo. So I had to grab that. And of course, goes pretty good with Mr. Halladay right there. Other Phillies jerseys that I have with the logo, sometimes I'll go with that on there. Just to do something a little different. I like to do things that are a little different, because it's so easy to just do the norm, So I like to do things that are a little outside.
You don't strike any of us as a status quo guy.
Yeah, I know.
So listen, that was your 10, right? So we do have to move on. We can't do the honorable mention now because we're already this has already been an hour, which is outstanding. It was great.
Sure.
You took us on quite the journey, man. But listen, this is incredible. What I'd ask is just send us. Oh.
just had to show this just for Leon. From the 01 season.
That's beautiful.
American League celebrated.
Well, if you ever want to get rid of that, let me know.
Don't hold your breath, but okay.
Leon's always got to try, Neil. So
I
we're gonna do
understand.
Yep. So Neil, we're gonna go into the week in review. Do you want to head back downstairs where it's a little cooler while we do
Yeah,
this?
sure.
All right.
Sure.
So while you're doing that, Leon's gonna pull this up, and we're gonna get started on the week in review.
Let's do
But
it.
I'm sure the week in review is gonna pale in comparison to the show you just put on.
Glad you all enjoyed it.
All right. So there was a big week in hats. I think that like a total of like 700, 800 hats got released last week.
You know what's crazy, Leon? You said to me, "Oh, Pierre, I think it was a light week. This should be easy to throw this together this week."
Yeah. And then you're like, yeah, whatever. And then I started looking at it and I'm like, fuck. Hat Club alone had like 9 hats. We'll start off with Hat Club while Neil walks. The first
I'm
bunch,
almost there.
the first set of them, it's a lot of like kind of old time patches. So we see is that the Boston Braves in the corner there, top
Yeah.
left hand?
Yep.
We had the powder blue jays. I've never seen that before. The two-tone LA with the red and the navy. The San Diego, that old school San Diego, some Cubs, and some Pierre is always looking for the navy red combo, but we got some California Angels there.
Yeah.
What do you see here that kind of sticks out to you? Did you pick up any of these?
No, I did not. But that Blue Jays looks really nice. I'm a big fan of those baby blues.
Yeah, I grabbed that one. That was a must grab. Out of these ones, that's the only one I grabbed. Pierre, any highlights out of these ones for you?
Listen, I liked what's fortunate for me is I already have some of these, so it was good that I've kind of already have these.
You got the pass on the Diamondbacks, right? You have that one already.
Yeah, I didn't. I got the Blue Jays. I picked up the California Angels, and I picked up San Diego,
Mhm.
And the Cubs. I did not like that LA hat.
Yeah,
I did not. I think that looks like a Frankenstein hat, like just kind of like you took a bunch of different parts and put them together. I don't like that hat, and you know how much I love navy and red. I don't like that hat.
yeah. I think we're starting to shy away a lot from two-tone. Whenever I'm like designing hats, I always end up designing them two-tone, but I never end up making them. I just think they look good on paper or like, but in practice, it's just like I don't know. I think I lean mono now. Then we had the Baby Yoda drinking some soup. This one I think sold out right away. It hit pre-order.
Looks like he's eating a brownie.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what he's doing, but whatever the case is, the hat sold out and it went to pre-order. So
He's using the Force.
Neil, are you a Star Wars guy?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember what he's doing in this situation?
No, I don't. But it's cool. It's a nice little Yoda hat there.
Yeah.
I think it was like a little bowl of soup, like you're saying, Leon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think when you get to a point where someone has to guess that much about what left off the hat.
Well, I mean, if you really want to nerd out, this is not Baby Yoda too. So everyone calls him Baby Yoda.
No, he's not Baby Yoda. You're right.
Then we had the blueberries drop, so some blackberries. I think I'm missing the A's on here. I think there was an A's one that dropped as well. How do you feel about the blackberries, Pierre? Are you on board? You've had the LA one, right, for a while?
LA one with the 59 All-Star game one.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Are you team blackberry or blueberry?
I like them, but I don't know, man. I'm not going all in on these.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I just can't keep going deep on these undervisor colors. Like, I really love the icy blue. I really love the pink. I love the gray. I love the green. This one I'm going to go a little lighter with and get a few that I really think are outstanding. And kind of leave it at that. This is not certainly going to be an automatic buy for me. Every time they come out, it's just not going to be that hat for me.
That LA they've released before, I think, on the website. Before they had the name, I guess, the blueberry name or the blackberry name for them. And then they were already at NoHo for over it.
I don't dislike them.
I know.
It's not, I don't like them as much as I do pinks and the ices.
Yeah. Friend of the show, Chimuko, dropped us. I think this is either the second or third version of the Sabretooth.
Second.
Second? Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's second.
Yeah. So he's originally when I was looking at it, I thought the pink was a lot darker, but this might be just like a standard pink bottom.
No. This thing is
it darker?
very, very bright pink.
Okay. Okay, cool.
This looks more subdued in the picture than it actually is in hand.
That's what I thought because I saw the pictures they were looking very, very like a deep, rich pink. But then when I was putting together the slides, I was like, this might
More
be
of a neon-y type pink too. It's
Yeah.
like super bright. I like it, but it's super bright.
Mm-hmm. And is it a purple or is it like a dark blue? What color is this?
It's like a purple.
It's like a purple. Okay. Yeah.
It's a fierce logo too.
I love Chimuko stuff. This was a little out there to me for color wise, so I ended up passing on it. Hopefully he picks up our Battle Cat idea. But yeah, Chimuko always doing fine work. I believe this hat, the 4th of July Octo Slugger, was slated to release in July because of manufacturing and shipping and all that delay. It didn't arrive till now. So either way, it sold out. I'm not sure if this one hit pre-order or not, but Danny's always doing his thing. Neil, would you wear this to the 4th of July barbecue?
You know, I didn't jump on that one, but I definitely would. That brim pops.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen brims like that before. I know that Hatland had a run of like some different sports teams, and it had a very similar brim. Which
and they had a bunch of Eagles. I think like
Yes.
Eagles, USA style
Yeah.
hats. Yeah. Hatland had that.
Yeah, the brim really pops.
Yeah, that white really contrasts, but for me, I'm not a big fan of the alternate materials, the crazy shadow text and the heathers and all that
Same
stuff.
here.
So, Skull Chiefs. These ones were really popular. I'm trying to dodge the Skull Chiefs in that I don't want to start collecting them. Just for the fact that I don't want to go back and try to get them because I know the kind of person I am. But these ones look really cool. The olive and the pink is really it's different. I haven't really seen that.
That's what I like.
Yeah, and then the icy navy version. But it's a fresh logo. It was a pass for me. And then the green eggs and ham. So I pulled out a couple of the ones that I thought were the top versions. Neil, which of the green eggs and hams were your favorite?
Oh,
Well,
the socks.
I was about to say I got my first UV. I got the Red Sox with the 100th anniversary of Fenway on the side.
Okay.
It pops. I just really like that.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Hayes?
Honestly, my favorite one's either the Blue Jays or the Pirates. They did a great job incorporating the pink into the main logo and the side patch.
Mm-hmm. That Cubs is really sneaky. I didn't expect them to use that Cubs logo.
It's true.
But yeah,
I that Cubs one.
I do think the alternate socks is probably the best green eggs and ham ever made, though.
Oh yeah, I've posted on my Instagram multiple times, and that's the one that everyone's like, I need that hat.
Yeah, it just matches the patch. Yeah. I mean, the patch matches the colorway and it whatever, and then the pink's really subtle.
The green Fenway, the green monster.
Yeah.
The red works so well with the green. This is a badass hat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and add that to the pre-order because as of now I only have the Boston B, the 04. But the more I look at it, I'm gonna need the other one too, and I'm gonna regret it if I don't.
Yeah, that's a winner, Leon. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we got the Pirates, Cardinals,
Dionics too.
and then the Dionic one's interesting. That they added that one to the pre-order. I do agree with you, Pierre. We were talking about it off air. The that infrared, almost peachy pink on the Pirates side patch kind of takes away from it, but for some reason I can't get over the pink bandana. So I still love the Pirates.
I give the Pirate a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
The side patch like a 6 out of 10. I don't like that really bright. I wish they had done the lighter, more subdued pink on that patch too.
Yeah. That's the only drawback on that one. But yeah, you're right. With the front logo, I don't know, something about it. It's just
no. The front logo is badass, and the bats are kind of goldish.
Mm-hmm. And then Expos. Make sure you don't sleep on this one. I think this one will look really good in person. Ecapcity dropped a bunch of stuff here. So we got some old school White Sox, a little bit palm tree action. The Washington, I think it's embroidered patch.
It is.
That Houston one is like really hard to read. Maybe that's like a Houston Asterix kind of championship hat, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Then we got some Finkies. So they dropped the 05 White Sox. That patch looks a little crooked in that picture. Got some Rangers. That 6-time is it a 6-time champ patch for LA? That patch is a weird looking patch.
That looks like a lids clearance hat.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone's using that patch.
Mm.
We've seen it used multiple times, and we got the Subway Series and a little bit of A's there with the different front. That A looks a little different.
And there's so many great patches that the Dodgers have used over the years. It's a shame that they just don't put those more on hats. But
yeah. Well, these Finkies missed the mark a little bit for me. Oops. We got some ones that to me really missed the mark. That kind of bootleg Travis Scott with the pink under, with the brown and the orange it's kind of all over the place. But I don't know how well it sold. I didn't even look, but I saw people liking it
a little bit, Leon. What's scaring me a little bit is now there's some stuff getting out to the market and people are just jumping on it because there's this fear of missing out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as a fitted hits one of these stores, it's like they're gone, man. They're gone. And for me, this Houston hat, right? I do shop with ecapcity. I like a lot of their stuff, but that Houston hat to me is not a nice hat. Nor is this 27 championship one with a slice of pizza touching the New York sign. Like, we're getting a little crazy here to the point where I feel like people are jumping on shit just to jump on it.
Yeah, it's not well thought out. And they're both pink bottoms. They're both Finkies.
Everyone, slow down. Slow down. Understand that, I get it. Like, you don't want to miss out, but like, it's okay if you miss out on these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, look at them. They look like they're just slapped together.
You know what though? Like if stores were just to do a lot of just regular retros with the pink bottoms, there's nothing wrong with that. Pick some stuff that's not been used, pick some logos that haven't been used before, pick some patches that kind of look cool, and you're off to the races. You don't gotta go crazy with the team described stuff or.
Oh, and I think some people like 5 years from now they're gonna be going through their hack list and be like, "Why the fuck did I buy this?" You're caught up you're caught up in the moment, and I get it. But like, you got to slow down a little bit here and be discerning to some degree. That's hard coming from a guy like me. But I gotta be honest with you, even if I could have gotten either of these hats, I would not have bought either of these. I would not have bought these hats.
Yeah, no, I agree. Speaking of hats that you would not have bought, I'm gonna leave that there. We got some Mets hats. These patches look kind of cool. I think they're the Shea Stadium.
No, these hats I like. I like these.
Yeah, so this is kind of more our flavor, just regular retro. Get a nice little side patch on there. It's even got the Long John sweatband in there.
How do you guys feel of those?
I love them.
Pierre likes them. Pierre likes them. I don't really like them too much, but they are comfortable though.
Super comfortable.
Yeah, I just like to have that layer of plastic underneath. I don't know. To me,
I don't know that those Jackie Robinson hats that Liz put out, the thank you Jackies, were probably the most comfortable hats I've ever put on my head.
Yeah, they are.
I agree, comfortable for
Yeah.
sure. They get dirty, but you only wear them once.
Yeah, they're disposable. Right, and then we had these two. I think the one on the left is like a sneaker hook for the Jordan 12s that just came out. So those match, little matchy, and then this one's almost like a taxi hat, almost kind of.
Yeah, I don't mind that hat, man. I mean, I don't know, man. If you're gonna do something crazy like that in the front, I think leave the side patch off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Takes
it's
away.
too busy otherwise. Yeah,
it's too busy. Like if you that apple with the New York inside, I think looks really good, and that yellow looks good. That goldish color looks good with the red.
Yeah,
Just lose the side patch.
Oh, and it's got the outline around the batterman too.
Right. There's a lot of shit going on there.
but anymore, But anymore with that Apple New York logo, it's like every hat they make for it anymore has a side patch. And like that logo alone just makes the hat.
You know what I love about Brian from Hat Heaven is he would never put this shit together.
Yeah.
His stuff is clean looking.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like it all goes back to what the customer wants, right? So if they do well, it sells out, then maybe they make something else.
Leon, you know what though? I get what you're saying, but I also think what's happening is because there's such high demand and people again don't want to miss out, they're buying everything.
Yeah. Well, before you were able to kind of shop around, maybe wait a day or two to get 2 hats to combine shipping, but now like you're so scared of shit selling.
Oh yeah, the only place you're holding shit in your cart is Fanatics.
Yeah. Just fitted. So our friends over in Germany dropped a couple Mandalorian hats. So looks like the peach and almost like olive green regular Baby Yoda that we've seen done in a new colorway.
Oh, that's the same one. He's holding the coffee mug in his hand or something.
Yeah. So the soup drinking one is the same as Hat Club, but the one on the right is the same. It's the old logo, but just done in a new colorway.
Yeah, sorry.
And then the Mandalorian logo done in a green. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Then they dropped a couple prototypes.
Oh yeah.
Our buddy Brent Taylor offered to help us grab, and that was the St. Patrick's Day one I missed out on Hat Club. I asked them to grab, and they did not have my size.
Well, to be clear, that hat, Manolo kind of put a bug in Hat Club's ear.
Yeah.
And to get that hat released.
Mm-hmm.
And Just Fitted's now popped up with it, right?
Yeah.
But I do love that hat.
Yeah. If anyone has a line on a size 8, let me know.
I'm getting prototyped out though with this prototype logo. I'm at my end now.
I do need that green one now. I need that green one, the 7.5.
Yeah.
Well, it's an Irish connection.
Yeah, and I got the Richard jersey for it.
All right, and then some of Pierre's favorite stuff. So Team Describe, almost feel. Nothing on the back though.
This. I don't know, man. Just Fitted has some cool shit, and I got some stuff coming from over there, right? This is not one of them. This is. Are those two things on the same hat?
This is one. This is one hat. So
it's got the fucking space shuttle there, and then like a non-space shuttle related side patch in gold. This is another like let's just slap some shit on a hat.
I don't see any trash cans though. Where are the trash cans?
Oh, this one belongs. They have a lot of great stuff, but this one belongs in a trash can.
Here's a "Don't Get Caught" hat. So I guess it's like a mousetrap with some cheese. That back embroidery is huge, by the way.
Wow, yeah,
that is something.
Got some Monopoly stuff.
I love the Monopoly stuff because of the underbrim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like
that's cool. Yeah,
Tiffany color almost.
I got that one, the one with the all the different cards.
Oh, okay, nice. Then we got some Yo Gabba Gabba, followed by some SpongeBob. I may have a SpongeBob hat coming up with that same back logo, by the way.
These things like I don't know, it's interesting. Like there's a different taste, I think, over in Europe. I'm not too into the cartoony.
Yeah, I agree.
I may have a SpongeBob hat in the works, by the way. It's only because I missed out on Hat Club and I wanted to.
It's interesting though, right? How there's differences between our taste, in the States and then overseas, Australia. It's all different, but they seem to have a dedication to the animated character hats.
I think it depends. I mean, there's a bunch of people in America that or North America that go crazy for some of the stuff, like the Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. It just depends.
You gotta get a Mighty Mouse hat done, Leon.
But honestly, man, Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yeah, that I can't explain.
Oh, man, I mean.
But Neil, if I'm ever gonna do a cartoon mouse hat, it's gonna be Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Oh.
And then I think this is the release of the week for them. Pierre's got it on his head. I don't know how they shipped it so fast, But
They're fast, dude. They're fast.
Pierre shipping.
not to Robert's house because we've been waiting for
This
that fucking box.
I bought it. Next day, this stuff was dropped off at FedEx. Next day, it was in Memphis, Tennessee. Next day, it was at my door.
Wow.
Fucking hell. Well, we
I didn't
paid
ask
like
for any expedited shipping either. I just regular shipping.
we paid like $70 US. This is how long the stuff's been in transit for. Me and so Hayes has actually got a hat in this box that's going to Robert's house. When he originally asked me to help him get it, we weren't even like friends really. Like we barely even knew each other. He's like, "Hey, can you help me get this Niners hat?" So that's how long the box has been in the air for.
Mine got here in 4 days.
It's fucking crazy. And I got other guys like asking me like, did you rip me off and stuff like that?
This hat here is probably my hat of the last 2 months.
Mm.
Yeah, it really is.
This is how much I like this hat.
Did you see the Shamrock one? That one's kind of interesting. I never seen that.
Hat Club had that.
Oh, okay. So there's another hat.
Listen, that's a straight pull from Hat Club.
Okay. So it was probably when they ran like that Atlanta Peach hat kind of
Probably.
that kind of era.
No, guys. This was a St. Patrick's Day release by Hat Club just a few months ago.
Was it as neon green as that? One?
I think the picture might be deceiving. That's the exact hat.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
It's the exact hat.
Wow.
Well, I mean, maybe they're just trying to serve those hats over there to that audience.
It's okay. Listen, they have the right to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like they're doing it in Hat Club's backyard. They're doing it in Germany.
Yeah, exactly. The Hello My Name Is hat's interesting. It'd be cool to like embroider your name in there.
That would be cool.
And then this was from the Lakers actual team store. So I guess they restocked on the Born X raised for the Lakers.
Yeah, born and raised. I have all the Dodger ones.
Right. So now we're getting to the Mexican League drop from the locker room Downey.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'm excited about some of these.
Yeah. So I recognize the Tijuana Toros. That feather one's really cool. I forget what team that is.
Yaquis? Is it?
Yeah. Yep.
And then those parrot ones, those go together, right? Like the two birds on the right. Are those the same thing or no?
I don't think they're the same. I'm not sure
I
though.
think it's the same team. But
It's the same team.
these are like the logo. Some of these are the logo elements. So like the one in the upper left-hand corner, the one in the lower right-hand corner are logo elements.
Mm-hmm.
The logo element versions. I picked up. I'm gonna have some of these in hand to show pretty soon.
Cool.
That one on the upper right is just crazy nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I have that one. I have that one right here.
Yeah, Pierre has
Yeah.
that.
I love that hat.
Then we got a couple more.
Yeah, those are all logo elements.
Mm-hmm. And some more.
Yes, I love the one in the upper left.
Nice.
Yeah, you have to laugh that. Ooh.
I got that one coming.
I always mix up that H with like a Holland, like a Netherlands H.
Well, that's the same team. Those two, right?
Yeah. Well,
Hermosillo, I believe.
I think the N is with the N. I don't even know.
You and I have to do our homework on the LMB because you and I have to do something for Mexican Independence Day. I think it would be good to kind of go through some of the LMB hats.
Cool. We're actually dropping 3 hats on Mexican Independence Day. I apologize. Stay tuned for that. Some Raider stuff. Jason Mead picked a hell of a show to miss. So we got some Real Men Wear Black.
He's in the comments now, so he's probably really excited.
Comments, yeah.
Got like a little Raiders flip with the LA colorway. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Lakers.
We got some Sugar Skulls. Neil, are you a fan of the Sugar Skull movement?
Yeah, I am. I have yet to get one. I want the Phillies one, but I like them. I mean, I'm a Halloween guy, so you know, anything like skulls, Halloween related stuff, I'm into. So these are very cool.
Yeah, there's one other colorway I didn't list. It's LA. I think it's like a navy. So it's the same pattern, but just navy color.
Locker Room Downey has some good shit, man.
Mm.
And then they restocked on their Team Describe stuff.
All right, Leon, you and I are done putting these things in these fucking slideshows. If I see another one of these team described, I'm going to throw up on the air.
They had two options though. So they had the team describe with just the front, and then team describe with both back and front. So
Hate to say this, I may have to get that black one for one of my Kobe jerseys.
Wait a second. They have the bigger front.
yes, I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Wow.
So they restocked the Disney style California Angels, and then they had the good version of the 100-year hat.
Wow.
I don't know how many they still have in stock, but they put it up. And then My Fitteds dropped a couple hats, so they got the Houston Oilers with that cool side patch.
Double.
Sold
Cali
out.
Angels,
Sold out.
Yeah, sold out. Yep.
sold out. Cali Angels in almost that Oakland colorway, and then a little hat there. Side. I don't even remember what team that is. So Neil,
Yeah.
would you sign off on this type of pinwheel, the beach ball?
It's a solid pinwheel. It
Mhm.
is, but I'm more for the team ones, but for like a fun summer hat, yes, this is pretty nice.
I feel like you're opening yourself up to get punched right in the back of the head as a joke, or like punted, hit like a beach ball. I don't know. This one's kind of interesting, but I don't know if I'll ever buy it. It's too white.
Exactly. I was going to say that was my only comment. It's too much.
I like the ice cream one.
Yeah, ice cream one probably sold out. I mean, this is the first time I've seen New Era Cap.com drop the pink bottom. So that one's kind of interesting. Team Pizza. These ones are almost like that flawless style.
I don't know.
Taco, palm tree with the surfboard.
Mm.
You picking any of these ones up, Neil?
No,
No.
but they have their charm, but yeah, those aren't me.
I feel like morally you wouldn't be able to support that taco because there's
Well, it could be a veggie taco.
well, that's probably not. Sports World 165 dropped a bunch of side patch hats. So that LA in red. I think that's the 50th year patch with some World Series Yankees side patches. They dropped a cool gray and pink Blue Jay, and then back with the Frankenstein hat again. Another store with it. Empire Strikes Back is celebrating, I guess, their 40th anniversary. So they dropped this cool one with the cool liner.
Liner's nice.
Yeah, liner's nicer than the actual hat. So
I agree.
No, there's another one. I don't know where I saw it. There's another Empire Strikes Back cap that I thought was really cool, and I wouldn't buy it, but I thought I forgot where I saw it.
Did it look like this?
That's it.
Mm.
That's it.
Superhero
That's got a really cool like '80s feel to it, right?
Yes.
I think it's based off of the movie poster. I think.
But that Vader logo on the front of the other one was just hot. But
Yeah, this one.
yeah, I like that Vader logo.
I like this. I like this.
Oh yeah,
This one's nice.
I like the other one better, man. I like that other one better.
Really? You
Yeah.
take this one?
This one right there. If I'm not buying this thing. I want to be clear.
Yeah.
If I was gonna buy one of the three, it's this one.
Yeah. Superhero stuff's not cheap either. I don't think this is gonna be a cheap hat because it comes with a pin. I didn't look, but it's probably a $50, $60 hat, easy. Right. That Vader one's really cool though.
I like this one. Yeah.
That looks like a logo element cap, right?
Yeah.
It does.
I mean,
my boss would love this one.
yeah, they could do without the V, I think, but it's still cool that it's there. It's a nice looking hat.
It looks subtle. The V doesn't look as obviously the Vader is more raced than the V. So, but I agree with you. I think it could do without the V, without the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then they dropped. I guess it's like a UCLA. That B looks different than the standard that kind of Boston ripoff they use.
UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA. But like UCLA's B usually looks like a Boston logo.
It does.
To
It
me.
looks like Boston B.
Yeah. So this one looks a little different. And then get your Laker Dodger hats while you can, because I think it's very harder to get as we go along. And then our buddy Chris K's favorite team, LA Angels of Anaheim. Put that slide up for you, Chris. Hope you enjoy. Even that LA Angels in the Dodger colorway. Look how sexy that is.
I'm pretty sure he's running to order that.
Yeah. For You Caps dropped a couple like World Series side patches, embroidered though, because the originals did come with that kind of liquid chrome weird material, and then they are red under. These ones are pretty cool. For You Caps. Oops. Then we got some jersey front caps. Pierre, what do you think of these? Would you rock these jersey fronts?
I think a jersey front shouldn't have a side patch.
Okay, fair enough. So
that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair.
I have a Mets one from the 7 line that looks just like that without a side patch.
Yeah.
The Mets one's actually an orange bottom, and the Yankee one's a red bottom. I found it was a weird kind of.
That is interesting.
I don't know, like why though? Why a fucking red bottom?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why?
Couldn't tell you.
Evil Empire.
I do like jersey front hats, but this is a little too much.
A lot of holes that the Yankees have left, like in their war path over their 27 championships that you hear about every goddamn day.
Then we got reverse two-tone white socks with the pink under, little finky action for you. Then we got some Boston Braves with the is it the 18 World Series for the Boston?
Yeah, that's 2018, but I've seen a better version of that. I think it might have been Hat Heaven that had just a nice clean embroidery. This one doesn't look as nice.
Google Lou is saying the Mets has the wrong patch for the jersey front.
Jersey, yeah.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't have a patch. It shouldn't even have one.
And honestly, if it was going to have a patch, we put it on the back.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's a good hat.
The teal bottom, you like that?
Yeah, that's a good hat.
That one. Yeah, that pops.
That's a good hat.
And then the Cincy is the 150 year. So when they went crazy with all those crazy throwback hats.
Yeah.
That style. Or that year, sorry.
Do you know if that Mariners one is still available? Or
that's
did it sell? Oh, yeah.
Probably not. And then this was probably the highlight to me for their release. So they had released a bunch of Negro League hats, but New Era put them out for the 100-year anniversary, but all of the patches were woven. This one's actually embroidery. So I might have to. I don't know how well these sold or if there's any left, but I know they dropped like Saturday morning, Sunday morning, or something. By the time it hit, I was just too lazy to go buy them.
These are nice embroidery patches too, not like the
woven Vietnamese.
Yeah, the woven patch that you kind of sew on.
Yeah, that Homestead Grays is interesting with the piping. I don't know how I feel about the piping though.
I don't mind piping on the right hat.
It's because you're such a big Jay Dilla fan.
I love Jay Dilla, man. Jay Dilla's the man.
Yeah. This was Noble North dropped the alternate colorway of the. I guess I don't remember what this was called. I want to say it's the Nut Rider, but I could be wrong.
You got a lot of Nut Riders.
Big name, yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool thing. I think
Neil's wearing a pair of tight nut huggers today, so.
There you go. I think this one broke their website because just because of the amount of people trying to buy it. That's
really? Wow.
Then we're gonna get into some minor league stuff. So the Altoona Curve dropped that weird sad fish. I don't know what it's about. Usually Mead will explain the stories behind these and then
throw them back.
So I was going to ask, is Jason not here tonight because he went shopping for these two, especially the.
No, so what happened was Big Unit was doing some head shaving contest or something, but then so he had canceled on us. But then the weather was good. Said he would be on the show, but we told him no, we already replaced you. So sorry.
That's not how it went. Don't be mean, Leon. So he said he had a prior engagement. So we asked Hazur to jump on, and then I guess something kind of worked out where he could be on, but we couldn't. We'd already gotten Hazur in, so you know, I don't want to create any bad blood here.
Oh
No,
no.
no, there's no bad blood. There's no bad blood. That's exactly what I said, though, isn't it? All right, whatever.
No, you were kind of a dick about it.
I was just thinking like those are Jason's kind of hats, so I think he would have been like
Oh, that Asheville tourist hat was on his top 9 last week.
right. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Not the throw it back fish.
I like tie-dye, but I feel like this is like a fake tie-dye. I don't really feel like they actually.
Well, you know why it's a fake tie-dye? Because once you pop that thing up, you're going to see the black under.
Oh,
Mm.
It fucks up the whole hat.
I agree.
I think, well, isn't it on-field? It's an on-field, so it has to have black under.
Yeah, but it messes up the hat, man. You know what Hat Club will do? Hat Club will take this, put a gray bottom on it, and it'll sell out. They'll sell out 72 of those in seconds.
Nice. Then we got the Lexington Legends. I'm all set with the food hats though. I know Casey and then we're a big thing with them, but I'm all food had it out. Columbus Clippers had their championship hat. Norfolk Tide had like, I guess I don't know if this actually comes with coffee.
It does. I've gotten these. I got both those hats, and both came with coffee and those koozie things, those little things you put around your coffee.
Okay. Do you have both ice and hot?
Yeah, I bought them both.
Okay. I feel like this is like a low key like Starbucks. Like if you went into like Starbucks and the barista was wearing these, I don't think you wouldn't really bat an eye. I feel like these are like Starbucks hats almost.
Did you try the coffee, Pierre?
I don't drink coffee.
Oh.
Oh, really?
I'm just high on life.
There you go.
High energy all day long just because I love life.
There we go.
And we got a Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders.
That looks like a bootleg New Orleans baby cakes hat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the Fighting Phils has their hot dog hat. Like that was just walking. They do a lot of stuff with like Oscar Mayer sometimes, I feel like, or like their vendors. Sometimes they do like vendor hats of throwing hot dogs. Like the Fighting Phils, they're kind of interesting.
Yeah, they have the crazy vendor guy there.
Yeah. But this hat is just like what did they do here? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is anyone rushing to buy this?
Dude, it's a hot dog. I mean,
It's a hot dog. Yeah, it's weird, man.
On a white panel.
The white panel, yeah.
Stockton Ports. I heard a lot of nightmares.
I love that hat.
It is a nice hat, but I heard this pre-order was stuck from January.
I ordered this a long ass time ago, and they kept sending emails. Then they sent like a special
coupon,
like a bucket hat with it.
They sent a bucket hat with this.
Those beach hats
To make up for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I know somehow TJ finagled a 25% off coupon, so he did an order for these, so I don't have to wait. So we have that hat coming without pre-order, so that's kind of cool.
That's a cool ass design, though, right?
I do like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's nice.
The running Gus. So, I think one of their biggest exports is asparagus or some shit. So,
Yep.
They're working it.
But they have the asparagus festival there where they sell everything asparagus, ice cream. Stockton's about an hour and 15 minutes away from me, so
okay.
It's big. It's asparagus everything.
The only thing I know about Stockton is the Diaz brothers in 209, and so to learn other stuff about Stockton is pretty interesting.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm sure Neil is more excited about the asparagus night.
I've never been a big asparagus guy, Pierre.
No?
Wow.
No.
Fantastic. I'm happy I now know that.
Right. And then not to be outdone, the Vermont Lake Monsters made their 25-cent hot dog. So this is how I picture like a hot dog had to be, not like the other one.
No, this is cool. This is cooler than the other one.
I agree.
Yeah. It actually looks like they tried and they maybe hired an artist and not got like clip art. But, yeah. It's interesting. He's holding the quarter really close to his body though.
Is that a quarter or a penny?
Quarter, because it's 25-cent hot dog night.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, they're missing the 25 then.
He stole the 25 cents.
And then USA Baseball released their 2020 batting practice hat.
That's cool.
Are you running out to get this piece of diamond air?
Nope.
No. All right.
Not a fan of that material.
Yeah, it's just that I can't do the diamond air. And then Clink Room had these 4 pre-orders drop. Anything special? Anything that stands out to you, Neil, with the clinkers? on this round?
I like the boxer,
Yeah, the southpaw. That one's really cool.
the southpaw. Yeah,
Yeah. The boxer as a boxer, like the boxer.
Yeah.
dog.
yeah.
It was cool to see the pineapple one kind of come through again. Casey talked about that one when he was on the show.
Yeah.
And how they kind of worked with him to get the design, squared up and redone so that we can get that hat. That hat looks really cool, really fun hat.
Mm.
And then the collector version was our friends Marlon Two Bowls, aka Marlon Seven Kids. He had the Res Ball hat come out. This one was really cool. He actually approached Tony and I to do this one, but Clink Room got him an answer faster, so they stole Marlon as a client. But really happy how this one came out. It's a really nice hat. I've already pre-ordered it. And then the pre-order on Tony's astronaut hat is closing, I believe. I want to say this Friday. No, you got about a week left. So don't sleep on a Tony Ross hat. Capologist.com. Thecapologist.com. So make sure you grab that. When you guys see what comes with his Reaper 2.0, you're gonna shit your pants, guaranteed. And that's it. So there was supposed to be news from the Hoon Express, but he said
closed.
He said nothing came out in Asia this week. So, damn, boys, we did about an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow. Time flies, though, man. It didn't feel like 1:45.
Well, you only grabbed your towel 4 times. That was impressive. But listen, I mean, I think we do have to wrap it up. But I just want to thank you, Neil, for being on. You've jumped into the hack community. You came out of nowhere. And listen, it's great having you in the community, and it was great having you take us through your combo wombos. Pretty impressive, man. Pretty impressive. And Hazur, listen, man, thanks for jumping on. No, Jason Mead, you have not been fired. But Hazur, great job today, man. Thanks for jumping on with us. It was impressive to have you on as well. And
thanks for having me.
I always love your thoughts and your take on things. So thank you so much.
And thank you guys for this. Like I've told you this before, you guys do a great job with this, and to give collectors like myself and anyone in the game, a platform just to just chop it up with you guys is just awesome. It's great, and you guys keep up the great work. I'm always watching.
Yeah, thanks, Neil. We do it for folks like you, man, because we enjoy this stuff. And Leon, as always, man, thanks for what you bring to the table. Thanks for putting together that 65 slide presentation.
No problem.
It was a big hat week.
It was a big hat week. It was crazy.
Yeah. Leon jinxed himself by telling me he thought it was a light week, and then this dude was on there for 4 hours putting that shit together. So,
well, if from now on, if we've made an agreement, we're just not going to show Team Describe. It might cut down the slides down to maybe under 50. But
no more Team Describe, man. Let's commit to each other. Okay. That will never talk or show another Team Describe cap.
That'll knock an hour off my week every week, so I'm fine with that.
Leon, you and I have a gentleman's agreement that we'll never do that again.
Yeah, unless it's got to be like a 10 out of 10. But I'll show it to you in advance. If I'll page you, SOS.
Yeah.
Describe
Alamo. That's our safe word. All right, so everybody, thank you so much. What we have coming up, we have Tyler, who's 718 hat collector. I'm getting the area codes wrong. I'm thinking of Boston.
There you go.
718 hat collector. He'll be on Saturday, right?
Yep.
We're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna talk some Mets. And this dude has an impressive Mets hat collection, just impressive. So we're gonna have him on. We'll shoot the shit with him for a little bit. And we got more stuff coming up after that, but we'll kind of throw that out there as we move along. So thank you all for tuning in. Leon, you want to take us away?
Yep. Make sure you guys catch us this Saturday. We will be back at 9 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, thank you guys for sticking with us for this hour and 45 minutes. We will be back then. So stay fitted, and Pierre, you got to end it.
I'm gonna end it.
Yeah, you're hosting.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See you, everybody.